I just burnt my leg. This class is for 18 and over. Why? Because I'm smoking a joint. Until you grow up enough to understand what marijuana is all about, you shouldn't be smoking it. But if you're young and you're still smoking it anyways, just listen to this. You take it in. You must breathe. You must relax. You must feel good. You take it in. You must be prepared to fall down, because everybody's a little different. And I've done this when I was a kid. And I would take it in just so it went through my complete lung system. And then it took over. It shut me completely down. And my vision was only inside my head. 30 years later, after that, it happens again. But this time, the vision wasn't in my head. It was in the sky. And she told me, because the queens are playing the queens. Do you understand, queens? This may be a male world, but behind the scenes, it's all female. Do you think Monica Lewinsky was just a part? Something to say? Well, look what happened to my book last night. Somebody ripped out the pages. The pages weren't anywhere to be found. Why? Did I rip them out myself? And then when I opened the page, there's a little tiny door right into the page 3 behind it, right over here. And then it says, and I take it out and it says, the Holocaust of the wicked will be annihilated even till this time proceeds. What does that mean? That's like, sounds like the guy wrote this yesterday. It's going to happen tomorrow because it's in the movies. Once they bring it out in the movies, the people think about it, our minds rush. Don't you know we're a current of energy? The car moves. You think the car isn't energy? It's moving the wind. The wind talks so silently. You hear the wind. It's so nice as you keep your hand outside the car and it brushes off your hand and your hairs stand up. Oh, what the fuck your hair standing up for? Hey guys, what are you standing up for? You ain't got a life. This is my life. Mind your own business for the wind. I was understanding it. Oh, and you know more, because now I'm talking to an arm. You think my arm's going to talk to me? 100%. Because you look at your arm, it's your arm, and whatever you reflect inside your own mind, that's the reflection of your thoughts. The enumeration of vibration that you didn't understand, but your arm knew how to decrypt it. And the cool wind felt nice on my face, on my arms. They knew where to put your body and how to make it, so God's wind can come in and blow. You know what I was thinking today? I was thinking about Malaysia, and I watched a couple of shows, and it was disgusting. They make them have sex with all these people. And I'm saying, what for? I says, do they make them have the sex because they want the sperm in them? But it spits it out anyways. It doesn't want. After you sleep with a girl, you sleep without a condom, she spits out the sperm. It never stays in her. Must be something wrong with the sperm, eh? She swallows it. Do they want her to swallow it? Or will it strengthen her? And that's why they didn't let her have it in her pussy. The cat gets off. He jumps the cat. He bones the cat. He pisses all over until he does it. Do you know why the cats get horny? The cats get horny and have babies every 69 days of recreation of man. The cats get horny because they're always listening to the vibrations, and they lick their hair and they get it from there. And then you ask, who has a better language, us or the pussies? That's why the Catwoman is sharper. How did Hillary Clinton end up staying there after Monica Lewinsky? Monica Lewinsky. They couldn't choose another name. They couldn't choose something like Abraham Zach or something. Well, look at Bill Clinton. He slept with Abraham Zach. Like, they wouldn't say anything. But Monica, the harmonica, the Philharmonics, who went on strike, who just came back to play the orchestra of the organs of the final series of baseball forever and ever and ever. They needed dun 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 at the hockey games, dun dun dun. All the organs were playing because man was an organ. He's an organism of transformation of the energies of deceit. God said, if you want to learn, my son, from man, you must learn from man in the vibrations I give within. You will learn with him by doing the number system. How does the number system works? Let's put it like this. I like to use 8, okay, because it's easy. 8 by 45 is 360. 8 by 44, okay, 8 by 4 is 32. 8 by 4 is 32. That's 352. 3 by 52 is 156. 5 and 6. 5 times 6 is 30. 5 plus 6 is 11. Equals 41. We got to the Mediterranean. You move one more, you got community chest, and what's the question? The one dice in your head. I do this all in my head because if I had to throw the dice to get the numbers I needed to play, I'd never understand it. They play and make the games on paper. They don't have to play. They say this is the way the game goes. So you take the 1. If you roll 1 10 times, but in one dice, you get to the next corner. You get to the next corner. So lovely, 10, 10, eh? Beautiful, 10, 10, it's 100. But the minute you get another 10, that's a triple 10, it's automatically jail. And the third 10 runs you into go to jail. 10 times 10 times 10 is 1,000 Roman numeral M. Now that you have went to jail, you are no longer a perfect person. You will be a 10 person minus the 3 creation because we will be watching you. So he is now 7 times 10, 10. So 7 times 10, 10. 7 times 10 times 10. So 100 times 7 is 700. So now we have M. We have M 1000. M 10 times 10 times 10 that went you to jail. You get out of jail, you're a 7 person. So you're now a G note, which is like on the piano, you're from A to G, Gaga, because you have to listen to them. You're just a Gaga in jail, so you get 3 because your liberty is gone. Your freedom of your body is gone. The 3 creation is gone of your body. You see, you share the mind of 3 and 3 and get the body of 3, of the mind of 3, of the other mind altogether. It only makes you a 9 birth. But a 9, Roman numeral 1x, flips over and becomes an x1. So G, which is 10 times 10 times 7 equals 700 plus 1,000. So we have 1,700. Now the question is, what comes next? Well, obviously, we did 10, 10, 10. Then we did 10, 10. Now we're just going to do 10 of who you are in totality in the prison. 10 times the totality of the dice, which is a 1. Which is a 1 and 6. 1 times 6 times a singleton. A singleton. A singleton. Singleton. When do you say singletons? In bridge, eh? So be careful now, because a singleton or a singleton. Okay? 10 times 7 equals 70. Now, we no longer have the other dice. We only have 1 dice. You are all of who you are. You are 6. You are not 1. You are not a part. On the last dice, your whole life is based on 6. Reverted from 1 is 7. But your counterpart on the dice is the 4 and the 3. The 1 and the 6 go together. The 3 and the 4. Someone who's guarding your creation and the spirit of the 6th creation you are. So the last dice is 6. So then we put down this number of 6 of the last 1. 0, 1, 2, 3. Code 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2, 3. The 1, 2, 3, 0 as 4 bring you to the Baltic Avenue. 3, 2, 1 as 10, 10, 10, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, no times, equals to 10 times actually 6 of who you are is 60. But I'm not going to bring that up yet. I'm going to explain to you. 10, 10, 10, 1,000. 10, 10, 7 world. Now you're in jail. You went to jail in Monopoly. You come out as 700. The individual of who you are and the life you have, okay, in totality, is 1,710 because you still have your total life, body and everything here. What's wrapped up and tied up at the end cycle is here. 6 is being controlled by 77. And if you want, put 767. And this is this year. 767. Do you want me to do you another one? I do you another one. Yeah, because I got to slow down with this. I don't want to show you. Look at my videos. You like them, whatever. You want to see what I think? No problem. But now I'm going to show you two things. You're going to tell me, what in the world can you do with this? L and a triangle. What can you do with an L and a triangle? What is the value of a triangle? It's 15. Okay? Actually, it's 7.5, if you really want to see it. Two triangles make a square and make it 15. Two tries equal to a square, which equal to 15. The reason for that is because the first try is 10, the second try is 10, but the last result is only going to be the totality of the two in between. It'll only be 5. So you're going to end up with 15. But because of who you are, not because of the result, but the person who did all the thinking and spit it out as an action is valued at 10. You get 25, which is actually known as X and O. O, 15. The O letter is worth more than what you think. In fact, the O is one of the biggest letters, especially when it carries itself out with 1, 1, 1. 1, 1, 1, right? Plus, I need to fix the O here. Let me fix the O. Okay, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. North, south, 1, 1, 1, 2, 4, 6. If I do it east, west, there's another 2, 4, 6 that makes 12. Then you have to cover the top. 12, we'll double it because there's 2 boxes. 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36. The total lines here to make one square is 36. The total for the value of the O square, okay, is 3, 6, 9, is 12. Is 12. But the O value in creation, add the 3 creation to 12 equals 15, and that's the letter O. So we did this, and we had 36. So now what does that mean? That means I have to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and from this square, I now get to this square. Every time I have to make an individual line, we need a separation in between the lands. The same way they do with the ditches, again we have to open this up. And then we open it up again. And then what do? We turn around and we do this. We do this. God only owns one corner. Okay? He makes the birth come in here. This is the 30th corner. If you take out the 1 dice and want to get here, in 30 you're there. If you take out the 2 dice to get to the 30 corner, it's the 31st corner, but from go. It takes you 30 on the dice. The 2 dice, 15 twos. 15 twos is 30. And that's 15 O's. And if an O, okay, an O equals 15 times, okay? It takes 15 times 2 equals 30. And in tennis, both teams can get 15 and 15. What is 2 times 15? It means I took the dice on the number 2 dice and it took me 15 times to get to the 30. That shows me 30, and that's creation. At the same time, you can add 4. Why add 4? Because the creation of the 4 corners adds 4, 1 for each corner. The word one, O-N-E, is a 34th position of the letters. This is so easy. 1, 2, 3 to 26, 27, and around the alphabet. Count the piano keys. Everything is upside down, backwards and forwards. We're in a jail. The music we get, not all the music. Because God gets one corner of the game, then the evil gets one corner of the game, then you play the next pull shot, and then the evil, who's really evil like human beings like us, they get the next shot, and then God goes again. And then, number 3 on the dice. 10. 10 times 3 equals 30. And you're in jail again with a perfect world of 10 now. 10 times 3, and that's the number of your creation, Jesus Christ. Now, we're going to go to the 5 dice. How many 5 dices to get the 30? There are 6 times 5 is 30. And there are 5 times 6 is 30. That makes 60. 2 dice repeat themselves and make 60. That's the end of a tennis match. The score is over. 60 seconds, 60 minutes. The clock has changed. The game has been won. You're in life. 6 times 5 equals 30. Now, we had 6 by 5 once. We had 6 by 5 twice. So this is what we're going to do. 6 plus 5 now equals 11. And 6 plus 5 now equals 11. 11 times 11. 11 times 11 equals May 1st, when the flowers come out again, when God releases the colors from the sky on May 1st. But they don't come out until the 5th. This is the first day. Until 4 corners are done, nothing counts until the 5th. And in this month, the 4th and the 5th are very lucky. 4, 5, and 6. 4, 5, and 6, you got 5, 5, federal government right there. 11, 11 is 22 busting out, right? But you're busting in. 130 and 111, you go around the board one way, and you end up with the Mediterranean Avenue. You go the other way, you end up with Boardwalk. You know they're trying to get rid of me, right? The vibrations, I feel it, I know it. It's very sad, it's very hard. I gotta stay up. I know I feel the sadness in it. Why? Because I'm imagining it. It's probably not true at all. But my stomach hurts, and I'm saying I'm going to let it hurt. I don't care. Hurt, hurt, hurt. I'm not sure if I should protect it or I shouldn't protect it. I know the body is my sacred soul. But am I thinking that they're going to investigate my body, that I'm saving it so I'll think differently because I'm taking their medication? They can really screw you up. When your body hurts, take care of it. As you can notice by my next cigarette. You see this? Over here it's an 8. Whoop, there's another 8. Whoop, there's another 8. Whoop, no, it's not an 8. I'm sorry, I made a mistake. It's only an ace. 3 aces. Telling you 1 field goal, 2 field goals, 3 field goals, 5, 10, 15. Which way do you want to go? Are you taking into the 10-game effect? The streak of 10 in baseball? The 14-day? The moon cycle? 10-day streak in baseball. I mean, you can say anything you want. But 16 times 10, okay, in which 8 by 10 is 80, 81, which is the halfway point. 9 by 9, 81, halfway. They have to break. God breaks. God runs on a strict rule, and he breaks whenever he wants. He can break it all up if he wants. But why did he start to play the game? And he's not a poor soldier. He knows we're coming home. Come on, angels of light. We can do this. Minneapolis, Minnesota, Green Bay, what is it, Calgary, Saskatchewan, whoever in that area, you must have a superior thought right now and eliminate what can be right and wrong when I'm speaking. I'm not going to tell you the situation. I'm just going to tell you where the heart pumps and Niagara runs. That heart is the Great Lakes, my friends. And Detroit is running to San Francisco. Like, what world am I in? I thought St. Louis, but I didn't know there was a series in between. I seem to have lost a week. I might be in another world. God, am I in another world? Oh, I am. Okay, I'm back. I have to speak to him first. I mean, I'm not going to look at you and speak to him. It wouldn't be polite, right? I saw George Carlin doing this all the time. Hey, George Carlin! I can talk into the camera now because he's watching us. How do you think I learned any of that shit I know? Anyways, I'm going to show you something else. Oh no, we're on the teams. 16 times 10, because it's a 10-game streak. 10-game streak, right? So you play the first game, and it ends at 10, but it doesn't go into the books until the 11th game is finished to replace the first. So you play 16 of these, it's 160. The first game and the last game become the first and last of the both. So the 160 plus 2 makes 162. Remove the 1 because it's just a second half. It's just to tell you it's a second level. It's just telling you 62 versus 26, 88, 622, 6. These numbers can never be lost. 22 is busting blackjack. 22 is 10 o'clock at night. 22 is 10 minutes to the hour, and if you're squaring it off onto a measuring thing, it would be 10 minutes after the hour. What would that be? 3 hours, what did that be? 90 degrees? 45 and 45? What would it be? Forget, there's 12 of them, right? So if there's 12 of them, I gotta have 15 degrees each. 12 times 15? No. 30 degrees each? Yes. 30 by 12? 360, right. Everything is 360. So anyways, now we did the baseball. Wins, losses, ties. So now they go ahead and they see all these wins, losses, and ties. Don't forget, they're playing bridge, they're playing chess, they're on a poker table, okay, going around in a Monopoly game, serving not the whole distance. Our year, really and truthfully, okay, I'll just try and write this down. So what they do is now they take all these points, okay, in each category, and they got to study hard, and they send messages over according to numerology what went on in the games already played, preparing for the future for the next 14 days. Why? Because they open up their book. Oh, the weather. Let me see. Oh, today's cycle. Windy. Oh, the 14-day cycle. Okay, so now I got the 14-day cycle. I got what happened yesterday. I see what's happening now, my vibration. Tomorrow comes, I'll see the actual truth of my vibration. And tomorrow I'll move on for the next 14 days. Because the minute that day passes, right, the last day at the other end is explaining today's date. It's moving their thoughts. They're moving it inside of what God does. But they get to make a play by an extra run being scored in a game. By a certain game that's on a Sunday night in the third week and the fifth, like Thanksgiving. It's all coded. They take out all the teams. They split them up because the codes are getting closer to Christmas. What are we going to do to sell them what we need? We need to control their minds. Oh, look, the guy says we need to control their minds. I must be crazy. This is not about me being crazy. I have a dream. That dream was to write my poetry that I have been doing for over 30 years to put it online. While I was looking in my poetry and started to play with little things, I started to see other things, and other things started to appear, and all of a sudden I'm seeing a lot different, and I just floated out of my head. I thought I got stoned too much that night. Wasn't that? Because there was an outside. I didn't believe there was an outside, but now I do. So into my book, I moved it up one level, and I says, this is fiction, all about me, what I see. You can believe, it doesn't matter what for you choose to believe, but for what I have to do is show you the truth of how I do it, and you cannot help but believe. Not everything. Just like the 288 days. The reason for 288, if I can fix this properly, I'm trying to figure out how this works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 41 equals 287. This is Monopoly. This is the center of the board. When you cross over the centers, right, on an angle, because these are square, if I put this on a complete angle, like I have this over here, okay, all they do is they move it back in, they move it down and over and in, and then they say, okay, it's winter, and you're down here. God owns the winter. He owns it the way I see it. But then they say the demon is the fire. Well, why shouldn't God be the fire? Because everything he melts, he will reconstruct. Then is God better than saying, may you rest in hell and freeze forever? Then God is not the hot oven. God is the hot oven, and he's now not the cold. So therefore, Christ 10:1, Christ 10:2, Christ 10:3. Christ 10:3 says it's all of us, because 3 in French says you. 10:1, 10:2, 10:3 made Jesus Christ the 33. He came in as evil to take apart and control everybody in a chess game that God can show him at the end, or we can show us at the end, that the human body is just a poor quality and place for a mind. When Christ comes out, he flies like an angel. He doesn't have any arms. So when they put the arms on him on the thing, I couldn't understand it. So anyways, I don't want to get into the Christ thing, because now I can look at Abraham. And if you read Abraham backwards, it says Mahabera, means I am the bear pig, which means I am the mother. But Abraham the other way says I am the rabbi of the ham. He is the rabbi of the ham. The ham is a communication network on earth. Ham is a pig that he doesn't want us to eat. Okay? He is the ham, because that's a radio that picks up higher frequencies than the regular CB codes that Beta is working with. 10200, that's the last code, because 10201 all the way to 10205, that's gone to God. That's what God owns. God owns that 1/4 of the middle. He owns a half. He owns a half. You own the other half. You each got a leg. The rib of Adam. The rib of Adam. If you ever want to see really what the rib of Adam and Eve is. Here's 2 ribs. What do you want to do with them? You spread them open, you make a man. You leave it closed, you got a woman. Maybe that's why it's the spade. Because man has to have the spade on the ground, because he can't walk without his dick. Pretty sad, eh? Hey, Herbie, fucking just get down and shrivel up, and that's it. Stay there, I don't want to hear a fucking word. I scream at my dick. You just stay there and be quiet. It's been a good boy. Somehow, something to do with the spermatozoid. I don't know if God owns the spermatozoid, but they play with it. I don't know if they actually sew us up, but the spermatozoid, okay, is an animal. It builds human beings with the eggs. Just like a little animal grows, that sperm inside you is an animal. Do you know what he likes to do? He likes to associate with communication, the deep feeling of communication. Your balls curl up and you start to think, no matter what walks by, you can't think of the woman, no way. The point of release of all information is the point of release inside love. God says you don't transmit your energy into anybody else unless it's love. I won't tell you the next part. So we have these 2, right? I showed you these 2. So why don't we just make it a little bit smaller and put it here. Looks like the gamma, eh? Looks like gamma. Reverse it the other way, it's a nun in Hebrew. But this here, and I'm going to put the triangle down here. I'm going to make that triangle. There I go. Made the triangle, put the L down here. What do you got? Number 4. You want to see another way to make number 4? You make a number 7, and all you do is draw a line through it. And then it's a number 4. The other way they put the 4s, right? The other way they put the 4 is they put a 4 like this. Oh, wait a second. Now it's a jack. 4 and 6 takes to make a jack. See the ring you now see? Counting this as an X. This says 10,000 in Roman numerals. That is the ring. 10,000, the spirit angel of man. 10-0 becomes 40. Once you have a light, you got 40. 4 corners. 4 by 90 is 360. Can you tell me another way to get 360? 4 corners. That's it. The 3 doesn't do it. The 6x6 does it, but you're in the same level. There's no distance. If you look at the deck of cards, first of all, look at the back. Look at the back. Flying flames. No wheels, no nothing. Look at this card that's been around for 35 years. Now it's like this. Chemtrails in the air, and we're running on free. They're not listening to God anyomore's version. This is all over with God's version. God's version ends the 21st of 2012, and I can show you dates that lead from today all the way up to that date. But you know what? I'm only using numbers and the understanding within. Whatever the truth and reality comes, tomorrow I'll pick up the paper and see what happened today, and Saturday I'll pick up the paper to see what they talked about the week, and Sunday I'll listen to the church bells going, and Monday will be day one of slavery, back to the job market, where you gotta go. Why? Because you want to be the greatest. You're a great doctor. But you know what's funny about the doctors? They're special. They're weird, but they're special. They get so into it. They need to learn and know the exact point that they actually know that they're almost in your body. Einstein results. How the Germans manipulated this world. You know what happened? They were chosen to be the mind of this world. There are others, but they were chosen to be smart. They are smart. They came and taught everybody. But the one mistake is some evil guy picked up on it and turned it all upside down and made all the Germans look bad. Well, let me tell you one thing. G is the 7th letter in the alphabet. Okay? It says prison to start. J is the 10th. When you say anything in this world to do with Jack, John, or Johnny, it's always superior to a J-A to a K-A. But a J-A is 1-O. Do you know what you can do? You know what you can do with an O? Let me show you what you can do with an O. Here's an O. Now I'm going to mark 3 1s down. One here, one here, one here, 4 of them. I marked 4 O's, okay? Now look, I divided up the 2 sides. Now, if I want to draw a line to be fair the other way, I've drawn up both sides. I've got 4 positions. Now I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hey, that's like your phone. Wait, if it goes to 9, that would be 1, 2, 3. Wait a second, that's really cool. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow, that's really cool. Wow, 24. 1, 2, 3 equals 6. The 6th letter is F. 4, 5, 6 equals 15. The 15th letter is O. 2 plus 7, 7 plus 8 plus 9 equals 24. And, okay, let's see what this says. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3 equals 6. 6, letter F. 4, 5, 6 equals 15. Equals 6. 1 and 5 is 6. Letter O. 7, 8, 9 equals 24. 2 and 4 is 6 equal X. The total of these numbers are, the last 2 are 39, because we don't want to talk about this one first, because this was the beginning. Before anything, you add 6. You had 6 from God. So you add the last 2, you get 39, which is 3 by 7 and 3 by 6 for the 1776. Now you have to add the 6 plus 6 onto that. And you get 45, Fox 45. Now, if I just pick up this game on the floor, the last 2 numbers, if you take a look on it, says 3, 4, and 4, 5. I just told you, 7, 3 and 4 is 7, 4 and 4 is 8, 4 and 5 is 9. The 44th president and the 45th president is a young. You see what it says? We got the anchors on here. They're telling you about what happens at the finals through the numbers, because this name has been here forever. Do you see the way they lower one and rise the other? This is the angle inside creation. Okay? It rises above everything because it's God. You see, you're only playing 10-10. 10-10 stops over here. This is 10-10-10. This is, do you remember the fault lines and all the way they are? Well, that's the angle. The angle of the dice. Now look at this dice. Whoa, no, stop! Oh, I'm not on the right angle. Wait a second. Wait, don't move. Okay, the earth. Yeah, don't move the earth. Oh, we're on a good angle now. But it's still a 2. Oh no, don't move the earth. Oh, they're stuck on the earth. You know where the earth is getting to right now? It's getting to right here, this point. It's called the 178th, what I call it in numbers. It's the 7-8 card with the 2 and 3 card. The 7 and 8 are the same, and the 2 and 3 are the same. One has 2 moons, and 7 has 1 moon, and the 2 card and the 3 card only has 1 spirit center. They've changed all the cards around. How come I got 2 hearts for 1 ace? The 5 and 4, 45th president. You want me to bend the cards and see what happens? So I'm going to get over here, so we did that. Now we're going to go to another level. We're going to do something a little different, but I didn't teach you this part yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is all ones. God goes through the corners. This is building. This is an energy. This is the way he goes. That's why they wait to a certain time in the day. The whole sky is blue. But imagine this. Mark Rodin? He made these things. I completely don't understand how it works, but I completely understand his numbers. And it's amazing because it's absolutely true. It's a screw. You got a screw. You can't push your way through wind. You can't push your way through an energy. You must screw it in. The same way they learned to screw it in. Now Rodin learned this. The reason why Rodin learned this is because it's been released in the underground and he's picking up from it. Now what they have to do is, according to one of the other guys I saw on Facebook, he showed me an idea and it's perfect. This idea, okay, was magnets. Okay? Now imagine you were able to make the magnet point together, okay, and then you put something in the middle of all the magnets that don't let them touch, and then you pull it out, and you leave an energy, and as much as you pull from there, it has to come from the sky. Do you understand? We're in a dome. We're in a dome and another dome and a hole in a dome. You know what I'm saying? They study us and want to see us, not because they really give a shit about us. They put us away and scare us because it's a tactic. Even if they might lock us up in all these FEMA camps, it might not even be true. There might be just some sort of hoax because something way larger is coming in. And that's the energy of the gods. And they know they're being cut out of this life. And another boat will be moving in that has already went through the process of Noah and Moses. That's right. They're coming up to Jesus Christ at another time. Except one change. Jesus Christ was 303. Us together as everybody is 404. The O is 10. It makes us a total of 160. 160 and 160 is 320. It's 840s. It means we went around the Monopoly board 8 times. We do not need to go around one more time because the next spot is the danger spot. It's the Mediterranean. The danger of all. Don't forget, the islands move in, the islands move out. Our history might be lost to them. They might still live in the past, doing this thing over again, but up a level, learning from Mr. 404. And 404 is 4104. Oh, that's my birthday. That's pretty weird. I like to show my dirty hands every time I come on here. I cannot work with clean hands. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way I'm going to get my clean hands dirty. No way, no way. I'm coming here with my dirty hands, and I fold things, and I tie things, and I make things, and I just have a good time, and I'm not looking to rush like before. I used to rush and get my word out, but you know what? Ever since I talked to Western Front, and I know I can call them, I have to show my energies all the time. If I need to cry, it's because the energies are coming out. It's a beautiful thing. You don't know. Oh, my hair is lifting on my body. It's so sad. No, I didn't fold it up right. I didn't fold it up right, I guess. Let me see. No. So what are we going to go to next? What can we do next? I'm going to show you this one thing, okay? Now watch. In order to do this, this is 360 degrees, okay? Now really, when we're thinking, take off, the reason for 8 by 40 in the Monopoly game is because man only has to think, man has to think 150 that way, 150 that way, that would be the bowling score, 150, 150. Okay, and then when he comes to the center, his 10% of his mind, that thought, and the 10% that comes on out gives you the 320. Wow. 15, 150 in bowling, the 0 is worth 15. So that 0 is worth 15, so the total actual account is 2.25. 2.25. Forget about the enumeration of the value of coming in of the question, because the question itself is 2.2 is 200. The question comes in as 200, then it hits you off at 225, and then you're already playing with it at 225. Why is this 200? Because it comes in from somebody else of a 10-10, and to you of a 10-10 that takes it in and hears it. Now you take it and you must split it. Both sides. You must see more of a side of truth, more of a side of justice. 225, 225 equals to 450. 450 times 15 equals 225. 450 equals 675. 45 times 15. This is the foxhole. One of these is enough. This number over here says 360 degrees plus a 90-degree angle. The 90-degree angle is 90-degree angle from 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock. It's valued at 3 hours. 3 hours. 225. When I did this by 15, it showed me 225 again, and then it showed me 450. Again, inside its own numbers, which means you can put it together and use it. 225 is actually this board. This is 225 because you play EXO. X equals 10, O equals 15. That's 25. So you put 25 into all of these. 9 times 25 equals 225. 9 lives of the cat. 22 and a half years most. That's what they can live. Because it's in here. So that whole 22.5 goes right over here. Instead of it around, that's what the value is in the center. The same thing with man. He gets his own value of 225, and man starts at 450 degrees. Because on the Monopoly game, I'm going to try to just design this again if I could. Man sort of moves like this. It's called the clause of 280. 9 times 40, 7 times 40, because the board is 40, 7 times on the dice for the prison that he's in, 7 by 40 is 280, plus That is four corners and four corners to heaven. The train tracks and the corners is 8. So automatically you're at 288. You're at 288. Now what you do by 288 is multiply it by 1.25. You know, I'm going to tell you why? 555, 555, 55555, 3 levels, 555, 5 by 5 by 5. The 15 I told you to multiply, 555. It's 3 different 5s, okay, 3 different parts. God put you into 3 different parts in this world. And the latter part comes out here, then you go here, and then the world is in control through the vibrations that you don't understand. 555 equals 125, or the 125th day is May 5th. It's 4 days after 11/11, May 1st, or April 30th on every 3 out of 4 years to readjust their calendars, not us. 288 times 1.25 equals 360 degrees. Our year ends at 288 days. So we've been going around almost 1.5. You know what's missing from 288? 288 plus 72 equals 360, or 360, or what you have 72, or you can have it 70, is it 73, 74, 75. 7557, if you ask me anything, this is 3/4. This is the 75 that I marked over here of the 6th man. The quarter is his mind that you don't see. The quarterback is everything he does. 7.5 is the value of that. That's what it is. What I'm going to tell you. That's what it works out to be. The Monopoly board has tracks. You can't go the whole Monopoly board. Number 4 in Monopoly is the frog. Because listen to the leap year. When you roll 7 times 4, you get waterworks. When you roll 8 times 4, you got 32. And you're over going to jail. The next time you come around, you roll 20 times 4, 15 times 4 is 60. 16 times 4, 64. 17 times 4, 68. 72. You jump over jail again. Now we go around one more time by 4. 40, 80, 90. 40, 80, 92. Do you see the way to 4? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36, 40, 44, 48, 52, 60, 64, 68, 72, 76, 80. The 4 never goes to jail. The 4 never goes to jail. What does that mean? That your mind, never goes to jail. The 4 represents the French people, but not of France, of Quebec. A little off the top of the rock. A little different in Montreal, as they are different in Trois-Rivières, but they have to get on that we are English and French, and we do this together. We are one. We are a strong nation in Quebec. And we must stay that way in the liberty and the rights of a chosen one that should be chosen to do the rights, because in the next world, there is no politics of anything. What has to be done will get done. What doesn't need to be done, we will take a vote online. And we will vote online, and in one day, and for $52 for the entire person, whoever owns the network, and they're able to make one vote. Because we'll have one of those rodent machines put in. Because you know what you can do to a rodent spiral? You can spiral out all the information that's coming in to make sure no one place is able to trap it. That spiral, whatever you want to call it, it can be done. I mean, I don't care what he wants to do with it. I see other things that can be done. Everything was made to do more of. If you take a look at one of the triangles, I mean, all you do is extend things, you know. You just extend them. Then you have a nice little fishing. But no, you had an ace. Wait a second. The ace had a face. It's an R. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't make the R square enough. It's an R pointing up. Didn't you know that? The Greeks, this letter in different directions will tell you different things. Now it's pointing that way. No, it's pointing that way. You see, I can't see off the camera. They confused us. So what can we go to next? What do we want to know? What do we want to learn? I got something good. Number 1, AJS. You know what else I was working on? The tornadoes all over the world for last year, this year, and next year. You know why? Because they already gave me the program. I got to check out the numbers they run by. Well, program? Well, it's baseball. That'll be kids' games, and it's a National League. That'll be important, and the weather is not taken seriously, so we'll put that under not serious, and then they categorize everything, and every category has a different number. Everything is set up. All they need is for today to become yesterday, to know the path. Once they get the path, they can go in there and add it in. God screws it up every 4 years when we bring the calendars together, because it's always apart. So every 4 years they bring it back together, and an American or election or a rejection. Canada is in the 5th year, because you got to know who got the first 4 years, so you can base it off the first 4 years who's going to come in Canada. They're all involved, every single one of them, every single person. Even you watching me, you're involved. We're all involved for whatever our society and our destiny is, to bring on the good light 4. The 4 is mentioned, the 2 is mentioned all the time. But the 3 creation is in the center, and we're in the middle of a tie. We can't do much more than live our lives, because we have let it gone too far. If we want to start now, then we want to start a revolution. And you don't want to do that, do we? Not unless you have somebody in the front as a horse. Somebody like Ron Paul. If he really wants right now, he can still try to get together his forces and stop whatever might be going on. How come he's not doing that? Did he run out of money, or somebody didn't think of this? He has to be the one to bring up the rights of the militia, to have their own protection, and start this in Texas. Do you know why? Because Texas went to 85 miles an hour. It means you're allowed to make a move. Why do you think Ron Paul came so great now? He's 76 inside 85. He's 161. All Ron Paul has to do is to get an energy and associate and teach the people what they can do to protect themselves as people. We're people. We're allowed to protect ourselves. We are allowed to protect ourselves. Because one is in front of us and telling us we are wrong, it doesn't matter. If we are not doing wrong, then we are right. Regardless of what anybody says. This is my home and my land and my house and my house. They cross over. I went around the baseball from here to the stitching and through here, and then I went back, and then I did this part of the ball, so I turned it around from here. Oh, and I keep running into 1, 2. You keep running into dead ends and 2 places that you really want to hit the ball. You really want to hit the ball here. The stretching is not the same over here. Is this where you want to hit the ball? You want to hit it in the fat part, or you want to hit it in the small part? This, the influx. You think it's easy to hit a ball? I can hit them. I hit every single one. You know why? Because I'm T-ball. I play T-ball. The 7th inning stretch didn't exist in T-ball. The 7th inning stretch is one team with 21 outs, the other team with 18 outs. But the team that has 18 outs put out the other team 21 times. That's 39, or 3 by 13. And the same for the reverse team. But the reverse team was only out. The home team was out only 18 times. But they were up and out 18 times, but they were on the field 21, 39, 39. Stops the board. Why? 78, 7 and 8 card, 2, 3 card, the reflection cards. They have more moons. Oh, I'd like to see what a 7 and 8 card looks like. Okay, look, I'm going to show you. See? One has 1 moon, the other has 2 moons. See the 4 in the, you see the 4 in the center? And you see the 4 on the outside? 4 in the center, 3 brains up, 3 brains up, 1 brain down. 75% up, 25% down, 25, 25, 125, 25, 25, 125, 250. And this one over here only counts for 50. Do you know why? Because it's 25 and 25. You got 300. I just went bowling. What else is those cards? You know, I keep putting my cards down, my cards up, my cards down. I'd like to find, look what they did to the kings. In French, they don't call it king, they call it roi for French. So, if I held you up a card like this, what would it say to you? See the angles, see where the legs are? Two faces, nobody has a body anymore, just a brain. Nothing more than a brain, okay? Stuck between one king and the other spade king. Now the question is, the spade is the body. So we're trapped by the spade body. What does the other king say? 2-3 creation. Are we 2-3 creation or are we 7-8? See, the thing is confusing because 2, 4, 6, and 8 are black. 1, 3, 7, and 9 are red. But when you go up the roulette wheel, number 11 is 1 and 1, 2. It's black. The first 2 is black, the second 2 is black. 20, 2 and 0 is 2. Just like 11 is 2, just like B is 2. All black. Telling a story. But if you take the roulette wheel and design it all out and connect all the letters over and over and overlap them, you need a computer or you need a couple 100 pages. Because every number tells a story. There's a shape on every single number, and the roulette wheel is 3636. Why? Because there's 36 on the wheel, and there's 36 on the table. That's 72. Plus a green, and a green would be 74. Or in America, it'd be 76. But in the Middle East, it'd be 74. That's the number to Christ. They brought the Christ energy over to America. Now, who was Christ? Who is the angel of light? And who is the demon of Halloween? And when was Christ really born? And how many days after Halloween was Christ born? 30, 25, and 30 is 55. 5 times 5 is 25. The brain to the operation. 5 by 5, 25. He's worth 1/4. He was only here for his mind and nothing else. 55 and his number was 33. First of all, Jesus was born 3 BC. 3 years. He was born in the Hebrew calendar, if you want to do numerology, in the year 3757. Moses was born about between the year 2250, and I didn't do the numerology on that to figure it out, but 2250 is 225. 25 times 9, 225. It's the 9 lives of the cat. So I'd say be born between 2250 and 2350, or he'd be dead by that time, one of the two. He did not. He did cross over the water. He went to the mountain and went no further. But they did. But they didn't stop. Because now there are Jews in Russia. Didn't people know in this world there were Jews that were stuck 5,000 years or 3,000 years ago stuck? Or were they on another actual island and not on Earth? But they pulled them in with the oceans from the other moons. As they drag the moons together, they make our planet bigger. But they never show you because it's a new island they found. Hey man, I just found a new island. We've got satellites that go all over the world. We see everything. The planes are in the sky. And holy shit, just found a new island. They've been tricking you, man. Watching all these movies. Stuck on an island, stuck on an island. Let me tell you one thing. Today, no one should be on a stuck on island anywhere. Because they should have a what's it called, right there to pick up the communication on every island. We should be saved from every man, from every corner. The government should be spending money to save us half the time. One of the reasons for 200 is because when you think with the 1/4 of the energy of who you actually are, 5-5, the mind, when you take it into a 360 degree, the 25% is not 360 degrees, but you go 360 degrees in the 25, which makes it a whole 360 regardless. You're in a cage. As long as you did the 360, you're okay. Think left. First, oh yeah, here at 360. Not sure, 360. Not sure, 360, that'll be 1,080. Oh, now I know, 1,280. From 1,080, now I know it's 200, it's 1,280. They call it the bicentennial. Because no matter what answer you have, although it's 100% and should be 360, there's always a 160 degree on the other side that is not telling you the truth. You don't know everything, you just know what it is. 160 and 160, okay, leaves 40 degrees in between, 20 and 20. So if you were playing football, you move from the 50, okay, down to the 40, down to the 30. Now you got 40 yards. That's your life. From the end zone to the 30. You want to kick the ball because you're giving away the ball, okay? The other team goes back 5. You advance 5 from the 30 to kick, because 30 is the creation into jail, so that means you're starting. You kick the ball from the 35, and that is the kickoff. KO, the knockout punch to start the game. The time has been marked. The game has been marked what time it was. It doesn't matter really the seconds, because whatever the seconds are and they mark it, that's what they take. That's their information. They only study. I mean, no wonder they're so relaxed. They have nowhere to go. No one's after them. And all they have to do is study the numbers and then push it off on us. 216. Another result of theirs. 216. 2 days, 1 day, 6 days. Says Abraham. Says the face of man. ABF. Bath. Bath in his face. Bath. BAF. 216 equals 9. 1 by 2 is 2 times 6 is 12. 1 plus 2 plus 6 is 9 is 21. You have the top side of Rubik's. The 9 top and the 12 around to start with. You now have your DNA strand. 21. I can't see our DNA strand being much more than 21 unless it's 22.5 or 225. I don't know which way they do it, if they cut out the zeros, but it's got to be one of the numbers, because it's numerology. You can't make the mistake. Every number is going to have an association to something else, regardless of the entire world, of the globe, through past history, to the beginning of man, before man existed. Anybody that wrote anything, when somebody comes with numbers, he's going to see it different. 3 of creation and 30 of creation and 30 of creation comes into a game. Everything is removed but your 3 of creation. You're in the game playing football. The first team that scores wins the other side of the field. Don't forget it was at 40. Plus your end zone is 50. You win the other guy's side of the field. It's 50 plus the end zone is 60. That's 110% of your mind. You get theirs and yours, and you get 6 points. Now you got to decide. Am I going for 1 or am I going for 2? Well, the thing with 1 is it's pretty simple. It's the one spirit of who you are, and all you want to do is get your spirit. So you take the ball, and it goes up like that, and you get it between 1, 1, 1, you got a point. But now you decide, I'm a pig, I'm a bear. I'm just like the queen. Yeah, I want to get 2 points. So I go on the ground. They back you up 5 yards, just like on the kickoff 5 yards. They say, okay, in the air on the ground, you're going to end up on the ground with the football or you don't get the points. So you end up on the ground and you get the 2 points for your one spirit and the ground that you play on. It's a 2 world, actually. Or you get sacked in the end zone for 2 points. You got sacked in the end zone, it's 2 points. It's the same thing as the 5-yarder. You're already in the end zone, it's a complete 10. No matter what, the minute you touch the end zone, it's 10. If you start from the 5 and go to the end zone, you have 15. Automatic. 15 is the egg. 15 by 15 is the 225. 6, 1, and 3, and 2 is 6 days of 16 hours 1 day of 24 hours, 3 days of 16 hours. So the first one is 96. The second one is 48. First one, 96. Then you go to 10, the 24 hours of the 1 day, and then the last day, 3 days of 16 hours. 48, 96, 12 by 12 is 144. 9 times 6 is 54. 5 by 4 is 20, 5, which is 20, which is half that game. 5 and 4 is 9, is 29. 29. And 29 is 58. (20, 23, 15), 58. 1, A, 10, J, 19, S, 28, A. This is the alphabet. Ajasa. This equals 58. The other one equals 58. 58 and 58 equal 116. All the initials of all our months equals 116. October should not be there. October, like I spoke before, 288. I am, and we all are, Spirit Angel of Man 11, although we're only tens and play with 1/4 of our mind, because it's a 10-10 world which talks more than the point sign actually says. But the first 5 days of the Mayan in October were unlucky, because they were jumping over an island. October didn't exist. September there must have been 2 months in September before that, because otherwise September goes to September 34th. Which would make October 4th. And my grandfather's on the 13th and died on the 28th. So the whole month had to exist because of me, who started the month on the 4th. My grandfather who ended it on the 28th. The other 3 days we don't care about. You don't want to be on the 29th, 30th, or 31st, or the 1st. Because the face of man, okay, his first month after September in the Jewish year shows his face 1 month later. He has no face to begin with. He shows his face. Do you know they can grow a face without you having a body? You know that already, right? They can grow your face. The face grows. Within 5 years, you'll see they can change your face for just about anything. But the elements behind it will always be the same, and you're always going to turn back to who you are anyways. So now, we have 6 days, 1 day, and 3 days, which 6 days and 3 days is 9 days. The total of the 9 total days, 9 times 24, okay, is 216. The same thing I started off with before, the 216 of the 2 points for the 2-point play, and the 1 point and the touchdown. The 216 are the hours. The 216 are more than just that. If you multiply them, or 21, if you take 21 as a partial hit, 21 times 6 is 126. 126 equals ABF. We just did the 126, okay, over here. We just did the same thing. 216, 21 times 6 equals 126, the reverse. 2 times 16 equals 32. 32 and 32 are 16, divided by 2 is 8. 8 by 8 is 64. 4 by 16 is 64. The chessboard. I know it's a little confusing. So now we're going to go on to something else. We're going to do the numbers over here. 1, A. 1 equals A, S, J, A. I wanted to show you the A family, okay, AH. The first time you say H, okay, you spell it A-C-H-E. But the first time you say the A letter, okay, is A-R, okay? A1, R18, the sound of A is AR. 18, 19, the 19th letter equals S. SARS, Rs, Mars, tar, the tar pits. The Joker. JA because A comes after J. KA because A comes after K. But AR is for the ancient residents because the A angel spirit comes before he takes on the 360 degrees. 18 is the number. 37 is the middle of roulette. 37 times 3 is 111, the roof of the Twin Towers. 2 times that is 222, because if you watch and listen and read, it says they can see for 45 miles around. That means times 8, 222, equals 1776. 7 by 4 of 28 days. Inside the month of September, a month of 30 days, which is a month of creation. 7 by 4 is 28. 7 plus 4 is 11 equals 39. We get back to the 39 routine. The Rubik's Cube has a cross inside the center at position number 14. If you stand on that cross and go to the next cross, it goes to number 27 more, okay, which is 2 by 7, 2 plus 7 equals 23, but 27 more takes you to the first time of the Mediterranean, inside the second cube. Now we're inside the third cube, but we're inside the second cube, because the third cube is us, who we are inside our heads. And the fourth cube is the totality around us. And the fifth cube is going to take us on the trains around the board. And every time we hit 4, we have completed. You can never go one next to the train. All you can do is 2, 3, 4. You either get a 2, 3 or a 2, 4 or a 3, 4 in your dice, and that's it. 2, 2 is 4. 2, 3 is 5. 2, 4 is 6. 3, 2 is 5. 3, 3 is 6. 3, 4 is 7. 4, 4 is 8. You cannot do that. It passes the 7 worlds. That's why you're in jail at 2, 3, 4. And the music we listen to is showing you those vibrations. So we should be able to learn these vibrations because they're within inside the house, and God is inside the house. When I refer to God, I just refer to somebody other than yourself. God is a person that you say like this. Wonder what's going on. Holy fuck, who the hell am I talking to? I'm talking to you. Yeah, so what's going on? Oh yeah, really? I shouldn't talk out loud. They think I'm crazy? Well, how would they know I'm speaking to you? I can do it in my head. I know you're right. You're always right. Sometimes I hate it. But I'll live by it. Because you've been my friend forever. You've never attacked me. I've attacked myself. A little confusion on the farm. All the farm animals coming in. Do you see this one here? His eyes, his mouth. You know what this whole thing is? It's all letters. I made this whole thing by just making letters. That's all. You see how you can read the letters right now? I just colored them in a little bit tighter. Utah Freon. Wow. I can't believe I saw that. Since you're here that long, I mean, this is like a TV show. You know what I'm saying? It's like a TV show. I made this 2 years ago. See the eye in the center? You see the B on the top? It's a heart. It's also a B. This is the way I thought. I knew nothing. I knew nothing. I knew nothing about anything that I'm talking about today. And somebody just said, I still know nothing. But that's okay. I don't have to know what you know. I'm here for the show, otherwise you wouldn't be watching. This wouldn't be my book. And this wouldn't be my book that's alive, that you can participate in and ask me, and we share, and the vibrations move on. Because the minute I share, that typing goes into the computer, and however you read it through the fingertips that I have typed, that is the vibration that you take. Now you mingle it inside your head. And those are vibrations of thought, and that's who the God is all about, the ability to think both ways. So now I got 1, and we showed you that. Now we're going to go to 2 equals B. 2 equals 11K. 2 equals 20T. 2 equals 29B. 3 equals C. C equals 12L. 3 equals 21U. C equals 30C. Piano. Don't understand? Don't watch the piano keys the way they are. There's another way to look at the piano. The piano is not set up at 27 keys or 26, 26. It's not set up that way. It's not set up that way because they have to bring a center to everything. When you start something, wherever you're starting, even if that's not where you're really trying to start, you got started from where you came from to where you are to where you're going. It's just a cycle from back to now to forward. ABC, 1, 2, 3. ABC is 6 because you have accomplished the corner. 6. That's number 6. That's the pi. You don't know about pi? 3.141562, 699265. 29. 1415. This is 92. 11. 65, 11. 11, 11. 121. 131, 141, 150 times 3. 450. 360 degrees plus 90. 450. Somehow there's an extra season because that number is supposed to be 5 times 72. 5 times 72 is 360, and 4 times 72 equals 288. 288 times, okay, or 2 times 88 is really 1776 because 88, 888, it's all the same thing because the 2 is the 2 worlds. And if you were this is a 2. This is a 2. This is a 2, and this is a 2. When you start to put it to the coordinates, you say 2, which is the first 2. Because it's all 2, 2, 2, 2, which makes 8, 8, 8. Okay? But there's only this side and that side. Even though there's 2 others, they're inside EU plane, and they're in the world where we don't see them. So that makes 288 times 1.25. 1.25 is this. The connection up 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. 6 points. Passing the center 5, 1, 2, 3 times. 5 by 5 by 5, 125 times 288 is 360. That's our year. 360 degrees. We do that in 288 days. So by the time we reach our 49th birthday, we're actually like 59. And when we reach our 80th birthday, we're like 95. And if the energies of the system are really like that, they're speeding us up. That's why the kids are smarter. The matrix is coming in. I know they're running on the fast pace now of 85 silver matrix. 85 silver matrix is a word where 5 by 8 or 58 is the 58, 58 equaling to 116, equaling to all the initials of the months of the year. 8 times 5 is 40. 8 and 5 is 13 equals 53. Okay, the life we live is between 1 is closed off. We live between 2, 3, and 4, and 5, which is really, we're 2, 3, 4. The first and the last, first and 5, forget about. They forget about that in the Olympics. Now they go 2, 3, 4. Is between 1 and 5. Now you want to see something funny? See this word here? One, 5, 5, 1. 1,250. 1,250. 5 by 5. Why do I do it that way? Because you can do it anyway. It depends what I'm going to tell you after that. Now, I'm going to try and do this. Now we're on D equals D for 13 M V 22, and D 31. E equals 5, 14, N 23, W. E equals 32. Okay, I'm only going to do it like this. Look, you start in Monopoly at 5, okay? Because you have to get on the tracks to get here. I just want to tell you, R is the first letter in the alphabet, eh? You know why? Because it says AR. It's expressing A1, R18, the total is 19. We stop before free parking. We stop on New York. The Big Apple. The Statue of Liberty sits there and sits there because everybody knows there's an energy. So this is what we do. Where am I? 1, 10, 19, 28, AJSA, all related to 1 and 0. Sorry, 1 and 0. 1, 0, and 9. 10928. I'll put them all in there. 10928. 208 is in the life we live. Why? Because it's 1 below and it's 1 above. 208 is the train we're on, Spanish train. Go look it up, 208. Go look up 209. Go look up 109. I'm the Joker. Because that's what the A says. AH, AH, JJ, JKK, and R. We have the Jakar, Rakaja. I don't know what it says yet, but anyways. 2 is B. 11 is K. 1 and 1 is 2. 20 is T. 2 and 0 is 2. 29, 2 and 11. 11, 11 is B. KB is the information that comes in sound on our internets. C3, 12, 1 and 2, 3. Letter L. 21, 2 and 1, 3. U. 30th, C. It spells cell, cells. It's CEL, cell U, your cells of creation. The D, D4, 13M, 1 and 3, 4. V, 22, 2 and 2, 4. D, 31, the 31st of December. Ends with the Christ, D. 5, which is the middle of the train track. 5, 14. N, 14th letter, 1 and 4 is 5. And the center of Rubik's Cube. 23, 2 and 3 is 5. Number W. E, 3 and 2 is 5. Letter E. Now, when we go to E, because the E is 1, 2, 3, 4, there has to be 5 E's. Because E is the month of May. It's the 5th month. The 5th E is the Mediterranean in Israel. 41. Look it up. Okay. Look up this. Look up E41 and N14. North Mediterranean East. Northeast Mediterranean. Northeast West. Northeast and West. Northeast and West. Give me the news. 555. They're all 5s. 144-1. This is Barack Obama. Coming in between the 2 1s. You see he's blocked by the 1s. But the 1s, this is a 14. This is 7 by 2. This one is 4 and 1. This is the one that they can't control. This is the Mediterranean, underneath the Mediterranean and underneath the Baltic, crossing through Australia, Tasmania, all the way through New Zealand, right underneath the Mediterranean. It's like a bull's horn, man. It just goes right around the planet. That's the way it works. It's all in numbers. So now we have, just look at this as 4114. So this is what I want you to do now. Now I can do all the letters in the alphabet. I can do all the letters in the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E. I didn't do F. I didn't do G. I didn't do H. And I didn't do I. But I did J, K, L, M, N, I didn't do O because O, what I didn't do is FOX, the fox. Because if I do 6, 7, 8, 9, 6 is F, 15 is O, X, F. 7 is G, P, Y, G. We always go and repeat this. God makes the word, and then Claude closes the word. Okay? Then the 8th letter is H, Q, Z, H. And then the 9th letter is I, R, Y. See the R letter, right? It says Lake Erie. It has this letter in it. It has to reconnect to the alphabet. It says IRA. Once you finish this letter, this reconnects. This says more than one thing. I really didn't check it out. It says cry as you look, but it's an I. I and R, 9 and 18. After that, there's no more alphabet. So the question is, which one do you go to? 6. If I add up 6, 15, 24, 36. 7, 14, 7, 16, 25, 34. 34 says a 7 world. Started off as 7, it ends up at 34, 7, 3 and 4. 1 dice, 2 dice, because you made the whole board of Monopoly. 8, 17, 26, and 9 is 35, and this one is 9, 18, and that's it. Because 18 is the last number of the 36 of roulette. So it stops on R18. When you go up to baseball and it's the 7th inning stretch, the home team has only struck out 18 times. How many pitches? Do you want to play that game too? We'll play the game. Everybody gets 2 pitches. Everybody gets 3 pitches. Everybody gets 4. How many can we throw? Fuck it. Doesn't matter because it's 3 and 2 now. And whatever it's going to be, if he doesn't foul it, it's going to count for something. So I just say, throw 5 pitches, throw 6 pitches, throw 7 pitches. Now we got 2 results. Okay, we'll stop right there. That means in the first inning, we had to have 7 pitches thrown to 3 batters. 21 pitches. By the second inning, it's 42. By the third inning, it's 63. That's creation. The minute you get to 84, it's 7 by 12. And that's an Eiffel Tower. You must stop. There's reasons for putting beams in places and numbers. And anyways, I showed you a good part of that. If you have any questions, I hope I was cordial with you. I showed you this. This is the sign of the bay. See the little bird? Now this is the Beetle. Choo-choo, look, it's a car. Could be a car on the other side. Going the hey, he's going this way. Wait a second. No, he's still going the same way. Which way is he going? You see the car? His wheels? Oh, I did. This is tic-tac-toe. You see the 5 inside? Made it look like he was... See what the 5 does? When I unfold the 5, you see what it does? So if I hold the 5 this way, he's looking up. He's looking from up. He's coming out of the bay. I don't know what this is, and I'm not sure what this is. I did it a long time ago. But that's done. This is done. We didn't do this yet, eh? You ever play this game? Oh, this is fun. You have to find the in-between highways. Well, it depends what you're playing for. So if I can show you something, maybe I can find something for you. First of all, to show you, you see this angle chop? Now I'm going to have to measure it to see what they do to see how much its value is, regardless of what they say. You don't see the animals? It's very hard to see. Very hard to see. Let me see if I can find one. I mean, we are together now, right? Mesdames et messieurs, Celui-là qui vient de Québec, qui tout essayé de comprendre en anglais, excusez-moi tellement, je sais l'énergie et la force de Dieu, c'est ici à Québec. On est le plus fort gang qui veut sortir pour annoncer, puis en paix, en paix. On a continuellement fourni des mauvaises idées. Il y a du monde qui choque facilement parce que l'étude de nous autres, c'était pas correct. On ne peut pas choquer tout le monde. Ça arrive là que faut que tu dises, est-ce que je fais mon 360 une couple de fois? Ça, c'est des fois je pense. Un peu comme ça, je pense. Un peu comme ça. Ah, crème, je dis, qu'est-ce qu'il fait? Maudit gars! On va aller dire de quoi? Hey, ferme ta gueule. Laisse-les faire. Ça fait porte la fontaine. On a tous les amis. Va aider s'ils tombent, Chris. Va pas de compte. Il fait nous autres compter tout, on compte les histoires maintenant. C'est tout quelque chose qui dérange nous autres. Puis il est arrivé 5 minutes en retard, 5 minutes en avant. Hey, sur le terrain, on fait notre mieux. On explique. Ça prend 1 heure d'arriver là, on va être là, 2 heures et demie. Si t'es pas planifié, puis elle fait l'argument contre toi, faut elle dise son argument, il fait une théorie, pas d'explication. Puis si tu trouves qu'il y a une explication, faut elle demande d'expliquer. Mais il faut elle comprendre et accepter les explications. Contre pas démontrer, parce que le Dieu va bien chercher. À chaque fois, tu continues de montrer, le Dieu est obligé de donner une page neuve, blanche. Il ne garde pas les montrer. Il donne une autre cellule blanche. Puis s'il peut donner ça à toi, il donne ça à un de tes enfants, ou si tu donné à ton grand-père en paix pour toi. Mais c'est ton tour de ne pas transférer le papier blanche. C'est nos études et nos pensées qui remplissent nos histoires. Mais laisse un peu d'espace. Parce que quand il y a un peu d'espace, qu'est-ce que tu fais? Il y a une chance pour quelqu'un d'autre d'appris, puis peut-être à donner à nous autres. Mais on n'est pas tous ici pour être des professeurs. Puis qui dit, on a la loi des professeurs, par la loi physique, pas les lois de la terre. La terre, c'est pour le corps et nous autres est arrangé pour être capable de vivre ensemble. La terre, c'est pour fournir la nourriture. Mais nous autres, on prend les nourritures, on va d'une place à une autre, puis la nourriture n'est pas bon quand ça arrive à l'autre. On va mettre du gaz. Mais Christ, laisse la nourriture là-bas, on n'a pas besoin. Pousse nos légumes. Arrête le baseball. Arrête le hockey. Arrête le football. Quand tout le monde, tous les joueurs vont ensemble, dans une grosse parade, tous les joueurs parlent ensemble pour voir vraiment qu'est-ce qui va mal. Parce qu'il y a trop des implications entre les joueurs, des implications entre les équipes. Il faut comprendre. Mais une loi, des règlements de jeu, est fini. Suivre la soccer comme faut. Tu joues avec la tête, mais tu joues la tête comme une balle, comme un basketball. Tu lances le basketball à terre, il coince, puis remonte. Il remonte, qu'est-ce que tu l'as donné? Le plus tu le donnes, le plus de angle que tu prends avec la balle, le plus tu es capable de penser, accepter, qu'est-ce qu'il y a d'autre à dire. Sauf les autres. Tu peux pas casser la tête. T'es malade, tu penses pas. C'est pas tes affaires. Si le gars, il pense pas, peu importe comment il pense, s'il veut faire du bonheur pour lui, puis c'est du bonheur, c'est pas pour toi pour le juger. Ça, c'est en 25. Le Dieu, il a location, une cœur. Tu vois-tu? Le Dieu, il donne 2 cœurs. Une dans la face, une là. Pas une cœur au pénis. Le pénis, là, c'est un rétracteur. C'est comme un tracteur. C'est tes pensées qui accumulées en bas. C'est pour ça qu'on a besoin de faire l'amour avec n'importe quoi pour le vider. Il faut faire attention. Faut que tu mettes de puissance sur un autre côté. Si tu veux vider une, quelque chose va remplir une autre page jaune. C'était l'amour avec l'amour. Ou la page blanche, il rentre encore, puis demain, t'es malade. Ou tu tournes d'abord, puis elle n'est pas aussi belle. Puis tu vires de bord parce que tu veux s'en aller. Tu files pas bien, puis tout pour enlever du quoi de ton pénis. Le numéro 5. Quelqu'un me demandait hier, c'est quoi le nom de la beast? Ben, la lettre M, c'est un de les noms, il mange tout. Lettre M, il y a une double D. Dans le bouche, 4 et 4, 8. Si tu mets la ligne au numéro B, c'est une 13. 13 fois 4, 52. 13 fois 4, 52, 104. 104, 10, 4, c'est le 270e jour de l'année. Puis, de le 4 de janvier jusqu'à ce date-là, c'est le jour de naissance, le 4 octobre, la journée de la première naissance de le nouvel code de le système R. On va essayer de trouver dans le map qu'est-ce que je voulais dire, mais il y a bien des choses, ben des choses, mais j'ai fait assez. Juste rappel, il y a plein des choses. 315, ça dit le mot house. 315, ça dit 45. 315, il explique 135, 135, 260 degrés, 135 des deux côtés de la cloche. Il y a besoin le 3 pour la création, et de la création en 273, 39 semaines, 7 jours, plus 4 pour la tête, 270 jours, 277 jours, et c'est le 4 octobre, 88 jours après, c'est le nouvel an. Le 4 octobre, pour aller 30 jours, parce que la fin de septembre, de 30, OK, puis 31, 3 puis 1, ça fait le fast, 3 puis 1, un cerveau puis 3 quarts de d'autres choses. 31 jours de la première fois. Maintenant, octobre le 4, si l'Halloween, c'est le 31, il commence le 1er octobre, ça dit 30, pour celui-là qui joue le Halloween de jeu de baseball, il sort le 4 de novembre. Puis, c'est pas des bons mots que je dis. C-H-R-1-S-T. Christ. Ben, j'ai pas mis la ligne. Parce que c'est 11. C'est dans le 33. C'est en âge. Ça se dit 12. C1, c'est 3. Pas 12, c'est 36. 36 de la table de roulette. C'est lui qui est en première. La première place. C'est une sainte. C'est juste un jeu de mots. Jésus est venu. 40 ans, 80 ans, 120 années, 160, 200, boum. Un autre 200, boum. Un autre 200, un autre 200, un autre 200. Parce qu'oublie pas, la première étape, c'est le premier saut 110 années, plus une année de capturer. Quand tu fais ça 111 années, tu fais 37, 37, 37. Ça, c'est le niveau de le milieu de la roulette. C'est 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Fois 16, parce que 16, c'est le 6 et 1 dans une lettre, la lettre P, fois le 1 de vie, ça donne 1776. Le numéro de Jésus, 74, fois le 24 heures de la journée, 1776. La journée de la fête de George Washington en 1792. OK? La raison de 92, parce que 9-2, c'est naissance. Il a donné un cadeau, un président avec un nom, pour suivre le code. Maintenant, j'ai arrivé à 1776 une fois, 2 fois, 3 fois, je serre le dé. Le grenouille puis le casse-dur, le français puis l'anglais. Le baseball puis le hockey, des chiffres, des numéros. Tu veux comprendre ça? Je l'expliquerai tout ça à ma manière. Mais avec tous les jours, j'apprends de nouveau, j'apprends de nouveau, j'apprends de tout le monde. Merci beaucoup pour tous qui donnez-moi une chance de regarder. J'en ai 1000 autres cassettes. Qu'est-ce qui est tellement pas drôle, c'est de 1500 cassettes. J'ai même pas 5000, j'ai même pas de 500 heures d'ouvrage, plus les préparations, plus l'écriture, peut-être des 2, 4, 5000 heures que j'ai faites. OK? C'est comme, il y a quelqu'un qui me regarde pour 10 secondes, puis après, ploups, c'est une bonne chose. Ploups, c'est un décourage, mais c'est un décourage, c'est décourage. Parce que maintenant, j'ai trouvé une autre ambiance pour parler un petit peu moins vite, pour parler un peu plus fort. Anyway, on va juste montrer une couple de choses, je l'ai fait. Je l'ai fait. Tu vois sur l'avion, sur les choses? Après, j'ai fait une petite chose là. Ah, ça, c'est mon miroir. Ça, c'est... Je sais que tu n'es pas capable de voir. J'ai mon Patriote. Mon Patriote, tu connais-tu mon Patriote? Après, j'ai les chakras, le cochon, tu vois, c'est le chakra. Après, c'est Alice in Wonderland. Après ça, c'est les bonhommes qui me checkent. Mais si tu checkes mon autre mur, en avant, ça, c'est un mur. Ça, c'est un autre mur. Et, qu'est-ce que tu n'es pas vu encore? Ça, c'est mon plancher. Tu vois-tu le plancher? C'est tout peinturé. J'ai pas fini parce que l'autre soir, tu vois-tu le vert? L'autre soir, il y a une numération, une frise. Je s'appelle ça une frise. Dans mon frise, il dit, faut que tu penses. La première chose que je pense pour casser, c'est de casser quelque chose que j'aime. Que j'ai mis la peinture à couler un peu partout à terre, marché avec mes pieds dedans pour placer les empreintes. OK? Qui va dire, je suis là. J'étais là pour l'empreinte. Après ça, j'ai pris une petite chose, puis j'ai enlevé trop de peinture. Après, je vais avec une noire, crayon noir. Mais pas toute une shot. Des fois, je fais des choses une shot, mais des fois, ça me prend une couple d'heures. Mais moi, ben, juste assis à terre, moi, faire un animal, un autre animal, parce qu'à chaque place, OK, qui a un petit trou de peinture, c'est une bonne place pour mettre un œil. Merci beaucoup à tous. Je suis ici, je suis libre. Je ne coûte pas une cent. Si tu peux parler de n'importe quoi, c'est juste la chose que j'ai besoin de faire. De vider mon cœur, d'aider les autres. Je ne l'ai jamais fait. Je t'ai caché bien d'aider moi et la compagnie de qui j'ai travaillé. Et la compagnie. Après ça, j'ai commencé à manquer d'argent. Je travaille deux compagnies et trois. Et le plus je travaille, le moins d'argent que j'ai eu. Mais les nouveaux temps, ça arrive. Je ne peux pas arrêter le nouvel temps, puis je ne peux pas arrêter le passé, puis je peux changer le futur. Si tu es avec moi, on va faire le bonheur pendant qu'on est ensemble. Merci beaucoup à tous. Raphaël, Monsieur Tacpans, de la constellation de Pegasus, notre maître de cheval, qui va amener nous autres le courage d'aller un autre pied plus loin. À l'avenir, le baseball, la dernière étape que j'ai faite avec ce baseball, j'ai trouvé ce baseball, OK, quasiment 25 ans passés. J'avais besoin de prendre une piste. Puis j'ai juste avant le pont, en autoroute 93, 39, 93. J'ai besoin de prendre une piste. I had to take a pee. Puis j'ai arrêté mon camion. Puis le gars, il dit, arrête pas là, t'es quasiment dans le trou. J'ai dit, quel trou? Il dit, Hoover Dam. I go, holy fuck. I said, no, I'm not going over Hoover Dam. Oh, fuck, what a big truck. You ever see that place? Holy shit, they should build a new highway there. I mean, that's crazy. That's one crazy place. Herbert Hoover? No, Hoover Dam. I keep getting mixed up with Herbert Hoover because it's 88 and 88, H. You know, if you chop the H in half, it's 44. But as HH, it's 88. 31 and 13 is 44. 44 minus 13 is 31. 13th president is who? 31st president is who? And 13 later is who? All I know is this next president is the 45th. The last time we hit a 45th president, we were in World War II. The time we hit 40 years before that, we were in World War I. The 40 years before that was the War of 1876, was it? And 40 years before that, and 40 years, every single 40, 45 years, it's the same thing for the last 250 years. How can it be any different? How can it be any different? Please tell me. I mean, I already stocked up with water. I let my sink run. Put it in my bath. I got 5 gallons of water behind my toilet bowl. I'm not going to piss in it. I'm going to drink that and piss outside. Why should I throw away that 5 gallons of water? God gave me an extra 5 gallons just the thing. Must be boiling up there. An hour and 45 minutes, no preparation, because I am and I will cut the scalps off. Only to know that we can think a little bit better when we brush our hands through our hair. Once again, every time I get off, I get on. I guess if you're in my bed, you'd be really tired. I can't have any women in my life. You know that? I can't have a woman in my life. Because I'm not sure if it's right or wrong. And I know one thing, I haven't had a woman in my life in the last 6 months. And when there was one there, I was missing a little, that energy that was zoomed up in my basin. Although, truthfully, if I can get a woman right here in this house right here, I think she'd go nuts. I'm always on this thing, and she can't stop me from helping the world. This is my job. This is my job, to just come here, put my word out. It won't be ever heard, but that's okay. Still my job. Just like in school, you do it, the teacher sees it once, you show your mother, she says okay, she jumps to the TV, you're screaming, Ma, I don't understand. So she tells you real quick and she goes back to the TV because her favorite show is on. Hey, gotta watch my favorite show, you know? My son was born. When he was born, he was my lovely tank. Now that he's 14 and my lovely show is on, Days of All Time, Days of the World, the last ice attack. The calendar ends. Okay? The real, true calendar has already ended. Okay? And the subsequent calendar has started in 1999. The end of 1999 was actually the year 1. We're in year 13 and 12. That's a bar mitzvah. A bar mitzvah, a 45th president, 50, let's see, 72 years from the war. Okay? 7 by 7 is 49. 72 from the war, 72 times 5. 72 times 4 is 288. So that's 1/4 of the 72. I made a mistake with the 45. It was 50 years ago, 1962, 1912, the Titanic. 100 years later, half a bicentennial. So you know, everything's a little off of something because they tend to push you, but you got to see what's happening. You got to look deeper. You can't do it alone. It's not a thing to do alone. I don't do this alone. And I don't read books. But I do read books. But I don't read books. But whatever I know, it's not from reading books, that's for sure. Except from reading my own book. Raphael, come on, get off. The guys don't want to stand and listen to the rest of your crap. What crap? I'm telling them good stuff. I'll show one more picture. This is the picture we're going to sign off on. If you had a dream, my friends, if you had a dream, my friends, if you had a dream, you would see a heart inside of this star. This star is more than you would see, and this star is just for you and me. Understand the house.